I'm going to remind myself what I just told our team, to never, ever, ever take for granted a victory. You know, there is a lot of things that happen that put that victory in jeopardy. But due to us playing as a team, we figured out a way to win, and it's hard to win. BYU's a heck of a football team. They're exactly who we thought they were. They're physical. They're mature. They don't make a lot of mistakes. They keep battling. For the 2-3 decades that I've been watching them, the one thing that I knew about them, just because of their makeup, is they never quit, ever. They never quit. We used to show when they beat SMU, they were down by, in a bowl game a long time ago, they were down by about 30-some points, and they came back and they won. This is way back Jim McMahon days. I can talk about how much respect I have for their program now. You know, so I knew they wouldn't quit, and we talked about it all day long, all week long, and sure enough, those guys kept playing. Now, made a lot of mistakes. You know, our field position continues to be a huge issue. Special teams are not carrying their weight right now. That will get addressed. We will focus hard on it. If I need to put starters on there, I will. We will address that. Third down defense was not good enough. Offensively, we have a chance to seal it, and I can't explain what happened. You know, the one thing that happened at the end of the game is something that Tyler and, you know, our All-American center, Tyler, and our senior starting quarterback had miscommunication, and obviously that can never happen, but not in that situation, for sure not in that situation. So the good news is we can address all this stuff while we're sitting here at 3-0 and get some things corrected. We play a very similar team than the one that we just played next week. So we got to get a lot of these things corrected, special teams wise. We got to do a better job against what's going to be a very similar team in Kansas State. So with that, take some questions.
Coach, when you kind of look at their passing numbers in the fourth quarter, it was kind of a classic case of the bend but don't break kind of situation. But you know, when you kind of look at those numbers, people will say this or that. When you throw in the turnovers, the pick six, is it kind of hard to point fingers at the secondary at all?
Well, yeah. I mean, there's some pass rush things that didn't exist either. You know, I mean, we got to get to the quarterback. We got to hold up. You know, we started wearing down. You know, those guys are competitors. I mean, that Taysom Hill has been doing this for a decade at this level, and we knew he was going to continue to do that. The rapport that he's going to have with these receivers as you watch the rest of the season is going to continue to get better and better. You know, he's got some new bodies out there. You know, and those guys are trying to figure things out. This is week 4 for them, and they should be getting better at it. So that it doesn't surprise us. Nothing really happened that surprised us. They're a good football team, and they're going to win a lot of games. 1-3 for them is a shame, you know, but they're going to win a lot of games.
Mood on the sideline changed at all when you went up 35-19?
I did. I already told them. I said, look, you guys, we can get excited about being up 16 points if we want to, but by no means is this thing over. I told offense that, you know, had Al and Sean Walters right there with the defensive guys saying this is a huge opportunity to go out there and stop them, and we didn't. You know, I mean, that's and then offense got the ball back and had a chance to go do something. We 3 and out. So it's a whole team thing, you know, and like I said, it's encouraging to be able to address some of these things when you're 3-0 as opposed to losing a game like this and trying to address it after that.
Dana, can you talk about the receiving corps a little bit? It looked like Scholar went to a lot of different guys too.
It was good to see Javon get going early. You know, he touched the ball a little bit early. Shelton continues to be a strong force. You know, I believe in Karan. He dropped the ball. You know, it's going to happen periodically. I don't think that's a very opportune time to do it when you're trying to seal the game. But I got a lot of confidence in him, and I came right back to him. And if he wouldn't have got tripped up, he would have caught it, and the game would have been over. DeKeel, I don't know what his numbers were, but continues to be a guy that we rely on. And those backs were getting involved in the passing game as well. You saw Crawford make a couple of plays. Saw Kennedy make a couple of plays in the passing game. Those guys are threats, and we'll continue to develop those guys.
What happened your fumble at the goal line? Was it that?
It was we froze them. It's something we do a lot. We froze them. They were starting to blitz our motions. I figured we could freeze them and they would jump gaps. They didn't blitz on that one. So Skyler went up to get a play called, and T.O. thought that they jumped, and so he snapped it. I mean, it's miscommunication. It can't happen. It's an easy fix. They've done it 100 times. Same thing happened against Kansas State a few years ago. Anytime you freeze people, then you got to do a better job of taking care of the ball. It's on me. I put the call in there. They know what they did wrong, and they know how to fix it. For what it's worth, we did it down on the goal line in the first drive, and it worked.
Yeah.
And we should have thrown a touchdown pass, but there was a collision up front. So it's something we've done a lot.
The interception ended. Nana got the end maybe as big as the actual interception. So we talked to how big that was.
Clearly it was big. Clearly it was big. It sealed the game. I thought Nana went in there. He made a play in the backfield too. So we were in our nickel package, and he's one of the corners that goes in. 5th-year guy, been around here for a long time. He's about the only one that actually played here in 2012. So he's been around for a long time. It was good to see him make that play. And then get that tipped up ball that Maurice was able to secure.
Is something about the rushing defense is something you have to work on this week? Getting over 270 yards.
Not good. Not good. I don't know what the yards per play is, but we got some things that we got to work on. One of the things that we've done a decent job of is rushing defense, and weren't good at it tonight. That back's good. Jamal Williams is the all-time leading BYU rusher. If he's not, he's awful close. He's a good player. He'll be playing for a while. We're going to face a lot of those guys, and we got to get better.
Performance overall, another pretty accurate day for us.
Yeah, I thought it was good. I mean, I'm going to critique it, obviously, but completed a lot of passes. Did a great job early of putting the ball in play. I guess it's right at 75%, which is probably one of his better days. He forced that ball early. That was 100% on him, the interception. Managed the game, did a good job in the run game. I thought he played really good.
After Javon's really good start, did they do something, start shading a little bit to try to take some of those things away?
Yeah. That's what coaches do, and we found other ways to be able to move the ball.
Any updates on Adam Shuley? Went down in the second half.
I don't know. We'll figure all that stuff out tomorrow.
David, good on the field goal in the first half.
Well, it's my word versus his. I think I'm right. I don't know. I had thought that it's in the rule book. There's got to be 3 seconds in order to clock it. And he disagrees with me. So that's something that we will look at. There is clearly 1 second. He made a judgment call, and they looked at it and said there is 1 second. And I said, well, there's got to be 3. So we'll figure it out. I think I'm right, but he thinks he's right, so we'll figure it out later.
Anything about how many you have to have?
They said as long as there's time on the clock, you can spike it. And I disagree. The clock thing, what I'm aware of is there needs to be 3. I know if I'm calling a play right there, I'm not clocking it. Our guys have been taught this ruling was in effect about 3 years ago. So if we're under right there, we're snapping it and we're running a play. If there's 1 second right there, if there's got to be, in order for me to clock it, there's got to be about 5 seconds up there by the time you take the snap and go down with it. Maybe I'm coaching it wrong. I'll figure it out.
Dan, you mentioned that you sort of warned the guys when they were up ahead. Did you sense something on the sideline that maybe they were getting a little bit, hey, 35-19, this is looking good?
Well, yeah, which is why I kind of threw a fit and told everybody to stay ready. But I think we probably relaxed a little bit. But the game wasn't over. And, defensively, we got to get out there and stop them. If we give up a score, which we did, then offense got to go up there and they got to make up for it. That's a very inopportune time to 3 and out. So shame on defense, shame on offense. It's a team thing.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks.